Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and a beautiful, beautiful spring day today around north central Washington. We did see some and still are seeing some breezy to even windy conditions around parts of our viewing area. But look at this shot from up at Lake Wenatchee, courtesy of Sky-Fi and their tower camera up that way. And you can see our camera up in Lake Wenatchee shaking somewhat. But boy, lots of blue sky, a little bit of snow left on the mountaintops, and temperatures warmed up nicely today into the lower and even mid 60s. But things are going to get even better as we move into Thursday's forecast. We may see more cloudiness, but look at those high temperatures. 72 for Wenatchee, all the way up to 78 possibly down in the Pasco area, and even upper 60s over in Spokane. But as we see our temperatures go up, we will see that warm and dry conditions last through today, also tonight, and for most of Thursday before things change a little bit as we move into Friday with some possibly wet weather and our Easter weekend coming up. And we'll have your complete forecast for Saturday and Sunday a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. 12 large buildings along Wenatchee's waterfront are now up for sale, opening the door for more downtown development. And Chelan County commissioners say they're closely monitoring the state's plans for managing a new wolf pack recently discovered in this area. But first, we begin tonight. Okanagan County Sheriff Tony Hawley shared these photos of search and rescue divers recovering a drowning victim's body following a multi-agency week-long search. The sheriff reports 19-year-old Alexander Bravo Maraquin disappeared on April 4th. He and his brother were reportedly in a canoe that overturned on Washburn Pond off State Route 17. The younger brother was able to swim safely to shore, but his brother's body could not be located until Tuesday when a special dive team from Idaho located the victim's body. The sheriff says the search involved local, state, federal, and tribal agencies, as well as multiple volunteers. Two large groups of industrial buildings in Wenatchee are up for sale. Food storage and transportation company Lineage Logistics is selling 12 acres of property for $13.6 million. The buildings are currently used for refrigerated food storage. The sale is being brokered by Kidder Matthews, a major West Coast commercial real estate firm. Their website describes the Wenatchee industrial portfolio as two groups of buildings located in downtown Wenatchee adjacent to the Columbia River. The offering is grouped in two building clusters. The North Plant site is located on North Worthen Street, bounded on the north by boundaried on the north by Palouse Street, and on the south by Orondo Street. The South Plant site is located on Columbia Street. The properties combined measure over 320,000 square feet. The area is zoned as waterfront mixed use, which allows for residential, commercial, recreation, or professional office use. Mayor Frank Kuntz.
Ever the optimist, our city is ready for, I think, that kind of development. You see lots of new property owners in downtown now, and I think this is just the next stage of setting up Wenatchee to be successful for the long term.
The properties are also located within areas designated as opportunity zones in which investors would be eligible for tax breaks to develop new businesses. Chelan County commissioners say they're closely monitoring the state's plans for managing a new wolf pack recently discovered in this area. Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife said in its annual report that one breeding pair of wolves was confirmed in the Neum Ridge area between Blewett Pass and Mission Ridge. Commissioner Doug England says he's not surprised.
In the Manson area, there have been some very credible reports pretty close to the orchards of at least two wolves, and so I think that is probably just the first one.
Bob Boogert says the discovery creates new challenges for the state wildlife managers.
I think the wolf just as a species, are very prolific. They can, given the opportunities, they can reproduce pretty quickly and to colonize an area. And I think this is an example. If the habitat is there and if conditions are right, sure, they will take good use of that, yeah. And so the challenge is to come up with the appropriate management plan. And I know Department of Fish and Wildlife has got a real challenge related to this, to balance all the conflicting needs and perspectives related to wolf management. But they're getting there. I think they're engaging in a lot of dialogue with other states that are also having wolf reestablishment, and I think they're coming up with some principles.
Boogert adds that going forward, the state will have to work closely with local government in addressing the complex issues relating to wolf recovery and possible conflicts with his constituents. Coming up next, Link Transit will be asking Chelan and Douglas County voters for an increase in the sales tax that would be used to increase services. In an official statement issued Tuesday, Douglas County commissioners say they're changing the way they say things. And law enforcement agencies from all over the state will commemorate this Saturday, April 20th, with impaired driving, high visibility enforcement, and extra patrols that will commemorate this Saturday, April 20th. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Welcome back. In another news, Link Transit will be asking Chelan and Douglas County voters for a 0.2% increase in the sales tax that would be used to increase services and pay for other transit improvements. The Link board voted Tuesday to put the measure on the August 6th ballot. Link has been operating with 0.4% sales tax since its inception in 1990. The 0.2% increase would add 2 cents in sales tax to a $10 purchase. Among the additional services would be Sunday and evening routes. In an official statement issued Tuesday, Douglas County commissioners say they're changing the way they say things. Specifically, the commissioners vow to no longer say county funded when referring to operations and projects paid for by county funds. Instead, they'll be saying taxpayer funded. Explaining the change, Commissioners Dan Sutton, Kyle Steinberg, and Mark Straub said, quote, "We believe that this shift in dialogue will serve as a reminder as to the source of our funding," unquote. Well, the term 420 is used to refer to marijuana or the act of smoking marijuana. The date 420 is considered an occasion for smoking or celebrating the smoking of marijuana. That being said, the Washington State Patrol, as well as sheriff's departments from Chelan, Douglas, Kittitas, and Okanagan counties, will commemorate this Saturday, April 20th, 420, with impaired driving, high visibility enforcement, and extra patrols. The last time April 20th fell on a Saturday, increases in collisions nationwide resembled the levels seen after a Super Bowl. Whether you smoke, eat, vape, or dab marijuana, this may lead you to becoming impaired and therefore not able to operate a motor vehicle safely. A person may experience more impairment when they mix marijuana with any other drug, including alcohol. In preparation for the possible increase in impaired driving over the weekend, law enforcement from multiple agencies across the state will be working from 3 p.m. Saturday to 3 a.m. on Sunday. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck. You would load up your stuff. You would rent a storage unit. You would transport it. And finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story and in honor of Earth Day, the nonprofit Sustainable Wenatchee visited with Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley recently to talk about the Earth Day Fair at Pybus Public Market coming up this Saturday.
Some photos with you. I want to throw up a photo of the board. This is last year's board, is that correct?
This is, yeah, last year's Earth Day Fair.
Earth Day Fair. There's
so cute.
Jenny Montgomery's on the far right there as you look at that, and she's the or far left. She's the one who kind of put this little thing together. I notice it's all females.
That's just a coincidence.
Women are taking over. I mean, we are like the warriors of Mother Earth right now.
Yeah,
I'm all for that.
We get things done.
Who's in the picture besides Jenny?
We've got Joan Causey, she's a professor at the college, and then we have Lisa Wareham. She actually moved away, so she's not on our board any longer. Then there's Tandy and I, and then Jenny.
Cool, and that was at last year's?
That's last year's Earth Day Fair. So
and it went well?
It did, yeah.
Good.
We were a brand new organization, and we decided to just go for it and put it together.
We winged it.
Yeah,
we made it work.
But it worked because you're doing it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're doing it again. Talk about this year's Earth Day Fair. It's at the Pybus Event Center.
It's going to be bigger and better this year, definitely. It was at Pybus last year. Last year we were outside in that kind of west entrance alcove. And this year we're going to be in the event center, so that will be nice.
The local event center.
Yes, the local event center.
It is on Earth Day itself proper.
It is the Saturday before. Earth Day is actually a Monday.
Okay,
Monday the 22nd.
It's always the 22nd. Okay,
yeah,
so Saturday the 20th.
Saturday the 20th, that's the Saturday before Easter.
And so people are going to walk into the local event center at the Pybus at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 20th, and what will they see?
They will see 30 booths. We've got lots of different organizations that are going to be joining us. Last year we probably had about 15, so we've got quite a few more. Outside, hopefully it'll be nice weather. We've got the patio area behind the event center, and so you'll see some electric vehicles out there that you can check out in person. And then kind of kitty corner down there, we've got a Link bus that will be there. Link is one of our sponsors, as is the PUD, Chelan County PUD. And so people can hop on the Link bus and check it out, learn about that cool, it's all electric induction charger. And there'll be a bike that you can kind of practice putting on the front of the Link bus, which can be kind of intimidating.
Which Link, we had a presentation at our board meeting about Link Transit, I think riding the bus is kind of sexy. Like it's going to be a cool thing.
Yeah.
No, I got friends who I have one friend indeed who is he's a total freak about carbon footprint, and he rides the bus.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
He doesn't have a car. He doesn't even have a bike. The bus can take him almost wherever he needs to go, and he just walks from there.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I say. 30 interactive booths. That's a lot of booths.
Yeah, we've got a lot of kids activities. We'll have kind of a whole kids corner, and then a lot of the booths will have some stuff for kids to do. We've got a little eco marketplace where some people will be selling things. Most booths are educational and interactive, but we will have some things to buy. And then new this year that we're really excited about is we're going to have print-made apparel company out of TWISP. They're coming down and they're bringing their screen printing equipment. And so you can bring your own shirt to be screen printed. We've got this really cool design that's Wenatchee. It's Saddle Rock, and it says there is no planet B.
They're super
I like
cool.
That.
Yeah.
It is like if you live in Wenatchee, like you need the shirt.
You need the shirt.
Like you need to have the shirt.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we get to all of those details heading into our upcoming, can you believe it, Easter weekend, let's take a look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful shot we have for you late this afternoon up at Lake Wenatchee. Trees beginning to turn up that way. Thank you to Sky-Fi for this beautiful tower cam shot. Lots of blue sky out there today as well. We did see some breezy to even windy conditions around much of North Central Washington, but temperatures were at least at or even in some cases above normal for high temperatures today. We were lucky enough to be one of those locations. 65 unofficially our high temperature in Wenatchee, that being recorded at Pangbourne Airport in East Wenatchee. 63 is our normal high temperature. 43 is where we started the day, so it was off to a good start right off the bat this morning. 41 is normal. 85 degrees. Wow, our record high back in 1994. Record low 31 way back in 1964. Sunrise this morning at 6:09, and the sunset will happen tonight just before 8 o'clock at 7:53. Let's get that surface loop in motion now and show you what we can expect weather-wise. Increasing clouds, that's in our forecast tonight, mainly from this area of low pressure spinning off the British Columbia coast. That will bring waves of moisture once again into north central Washington. Not so much for us tonight, though. That will stay mainly west of the mountains. For Thursday, though, as we make our way through the day, mostly cloudy skies. There's that blue area right around the Wenatchee area. That'll bring us the 40% chance for showers on Thursday. Friday, after a few morning showers, we'll see some clearing in the afternoon. The main fetch of moisture from that area of low pressure will be moving, I should say, into the panhandle of Idaho and into western Montana. And then look what happens as we move into the Easter weekend. Saturday, sunny and mild, not a cloud in the sky for Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. The same goes for Easter Sunday. Mostly sunny. We'll see unseasonably mild temperatures with highs in the mid to even upper 60s for Easter Sunday. It should be just gorgeous out there. And the good news, lots of folks traveling Sunday and maybe even Monday for some travel, and it looks good too. Mostly cloudy skies. We will see mild conditions once again with just a few showers in the western part of the state. That will increase as we move into Tuesday with at least a 30% chance of rain, and these gold and green colored areas, very heavy rain. So we could see a pretty good fetch of moisture moving in Tuesday with temperatures remaining in the middle 60s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight, expect another mild one, 47 degrees for our overnight low. Look at that high temperature tomorrow, 72 degrees expected, a 40% chance of rain. And remember, that will be late in the day and probably into our Thursday evening hours. 50 our overnight low on Thursday night, 65 for Friday. And then as we get into the Easter weekend, things look beautiful. Sunny and mild on Saturday and 65. Mostly sunny and warm, 68 for your Easter Sunday high. And things will stay nice on Monday and Tuesday with just a chance for showers on Tuesday. Highs early next week, staying in the middle 60s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs. A sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Eastmont Wildcats prevailed in a classic Big 9 soccer match over Davis last night, 2-1 in a shootout. Pirates scored first and held a 1-0 lead into the second half before Eastmont could tie it. After 2 scoreless overtime sessions, the game went to a penalty kick shootout. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen had the play-by-play on the NCWLIFE channel.
I believe both favor Davis. Shot across, out of the box. Gregerson calling for it, misses. Let's see what happens. The Chilena, a bit of a mixer there, is still in the play. There's Borges, the shot. Viene, goal. Pirates. Nice move. Chipper over the head. Balauro into the box. Gets past one. The shot. Goal. For the Eastman Wildcats. 50 minutes, 44 seconds, and we're tied at 1. Cabrera once again. Cabrera, what a maneuver. Cabrera, somebody help him. Balauro, right-footed shot. And the save. Spectacular save by Ramos. The shot by Arteaga, top of the box, and Mr. Gregerson twice. Flag is up. Thank you, Matt Wiesen. Holy macaroni. And there's the whistle that tells us that these teams could not best each other in regulation. We're going to go into overtime. To connect with Balauro, interrupted by the Pirates, interrupted again by the whistle. That tells us that this is going into penalty kicks. There's the kick, the shot, and Mr. Cristian Torres. Here's the shot, beautifully taken. There's the shot, and once again, Davis, Jacob Magana, this time, fools Mr. Gregerson. Now it's Tony Leon. Leon, another right-footed shot, and the upright returns it. Arteaga, and 3-for-3 for Davis. There's the shot. Maldonado, not a major problem. Beautifully taken. 3-2. Borges, right-footer. The shot, Borges, goal. Balauro, right-footer. Balauro, beautifully taken. It's 4-3. Rojas, a lefty. The shot, Rojas to the birds. And Eastman is still alive. Cabrera, this could tie it for Eastmont. Cabrera, right-footed. Cabrera, goal! And we're tied at 4. We're going to extra kicks. Uriel Hernandez, number 24. The shot, and beautiful! Beautiful stop by Jacob Gregerson, by Jeremy Gregerson. Woo! Gonzalez and Ramos. Ramos and Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the shot. Gonzalez, goal! And Eastmont this one in dramatic fashion. 5-4 on penalty kicks.
And we've been down basically every game this season, and we just keep fighting. You know, that's just our mentality. We just keep fighting. We just keep going, and we never give up, no matter what. Even last week we were down 4-0 at halftime against Sunnyside, but we just came back and made it a game. You know, that's just what we practice, and that's just our team goals and everything, just to be able to be in every game and win as many as possible.
You know, the guys showed resiliency like always. They didn't give up. We had chances after chance to be able to put the game away early. I know we had this conversation on Friday, so that's the key for us. I know that my guys can play. I know that they can build opportunities, and it comes down to that last touch on the ball.
Also on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from last night, Cashmere dumped Omak, Chelan edged Okanagan, and Manson beat Brewster. High school baseball yesterday, well, the Moses Lake Chiefs have proven to be the top of the Big Nine, and then there's everybody else. Chiefs improved to 12-1 in league play with a 12-2 win over Wenatchee. Panthers remained in second place at 7-3. Waterville-Mansfield picked up its second consecutive win by a score of 12-2 over Bridgeport. On the Les Schwab Prep softball scoreboard yesterday, Zilla swept a pair from Cashmere. Cascade doubled up on Chelan, and Waterville-Mansfield shut out Bridgeport, also Manson over Soap Lake. In tennis on Tuesday, the Wenatchee boys and girls tennis squads remain undefeated with shutout wins over Eisenhower. Tedeschi boys edged Eastmont, and Chelan swept Okanagan 5-0 on the boys' side, 4-1 in girls play. Wenatchee came out on top of the Big Nine pod number 2 at Highlander Golf Course yesterday. Mason Brown led the way for the Panthers with a 75, while Hunter Swartz shot a 76. Wenatchee placed first with a team score of 316. Eastmont third with a 337, led by Jacob Bindley's 82 and Evan Lords with an 85. Eastmont girls were second best to the West Valley Rams in the Big Nine pod number 4 at Black Rock Creek Golf Course in Yakima Valley yesterday. Rams team score 408. That was 18 shots better than the Wildcats at 426. Emily Wentworth led Eastmont with a 101. Tina Burt carded a 105. Wenatchee finished fourth in the team standings. Lily Mowbray and Courtney Browns leading the way. World of High School Golf moved today to Brewster. Gamble Sands Invitational happened earlier today, and in fact, they're probably still wrapping up about now. Also, a mixed bag of sports today, with softball finding East Valley at Eastmont for a twin bill, Cascade at Wenatchee, tennis, Quincy at Cashmere, tennis, Pateros at Chelan, and then in soccer tonight, Wenatchee has a Wednesday night matchup on the road at Eisenhower. Finally, the Mariners continued its string of 20 consecutive games with a home run, but also have a 5-game losing streak after falling to the Indians at T-Mobile Park 4-2. Jay Bruce's solo home run in the 8th continued Seattle's major league record for consecutive games with a home run to start the season. But more troubling, Mariners' lack of offense. Behind Tom Murphy and Jay Bruce's home run, they had 4 of Seattle's 6 hits on the night. Mike Leake worked 6 innings and was tagged for the loss, allowing 2 runs on 8 hits with 4 strikeouts. Seattle trying to salvage the final game of that series. On the way now at T-Mobile Park, it's Carlos Carrasco against Eric Swanson. That's Sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. and the arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station.
There's no substitute for the power of cable TV advertising. With Solion Cable TV Advertising, you can reach your target audience right here in North Central Washington. We understand their viewing habits and can precisely target your customers on great cable networks like these. Call Solion Broadcasting today and let us show you how to put your business message right in front of thousands of prospects at a very affordable price. Solion Broadcasting, 509-888-2020.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.